A major legal storm is now unfolding in the United States, and it's capturing national attention fast. A Republican student group at a Florida university has filed a lawsuit after being suspended over a controversial social media post that allegedly included a Nazi salute. And the situation is escalating into a high-stakes battle over free speech, campus authority, and political tension. The case is already sparking heated debate across the country as new details continue to emerge. According to the latest developments, the student group argues that the university acted too quickly and unfairly by suspending them without a thorough and transparent investigation, claiming their constitutional rights were violated in the process. They insist that the punishment was excessive and politically motivated, raising serious concerns about whether universities are overstepping their boundaries when regulating student expression. On the other side, the university administration has defended its decision, stating that the post crossed a line and created a harmful environment on campus, making immediate action necessary to maintain safety and uphold institutional values. This sharp divide between the two sides has turned the case into more than just a campus dispute. It is now being seen as part of a larger national conversation about the limits of free speech in educational institutions and how offensive or controversial content should be handled in today's highly sensitive social climate. Legal experts are already weighing in, suggesting that this case could have significant implications, depending on how the court interprets the balance between First Amendment protections and university policies designed to prevent discrimination or harassment. As the lawsuit moves forward, both sides are preparing for a legal showdown that could set an important precedent for similar cases in the future, especially at a time when universities across the country are facing increasing pressure to respond quickly to controversial incidents. As the case continues to develop, attention is now shifting to the legal arguments that could define its outcome and potentially reshape how universities handle controversial speech. The student group's legal team is expected to focus heavily on constitutional protections, arguing that even offensive or provocative expression is protected under free speech laws, especially in a public university setting where First Amendment rights are strongly upheld. They are likely to challenge whether the university followed proper procedures before issuing the suspension and whether the punishment was proportionate to the alleged action. Meanwhile, the university is expected to counter by emphasizing its responsibility to maintain a safe and inclusive environment for all students, arguing that certain forms of expression, particularly those associated with hate symbols or extremist gestures, can create fear, disruption, and harm within the campus community. This legal clash highlights a growing tension seen across many institutions, where administrators must balance the protection of free speech with the need to prevent offensive or harmful conduct. The situation has also drawn reactions from political commentators, civil rights advocates, and student organizations, with opinions sharply divided. Some see the lawsuit as a necessary defense of free expression, warning that punishing controversial speech could lead to censorship and suppression of differing viewpoints, while others argue that universities must take firm action against behavior that could be seen as promoting hate or intolerance. Social media has further amplified the issue, with the stories spreading rapidly and fueling intense debate, making this not just a legal case, but also a cultural flashpoint. The outcome of this lawsuit could influence how future incidents are handled, not just in Florida, but across the entire country, as universities watch closely to see how the courts will interpret the limits of their authority in regulating student behavior. The broader impact of this case is already becoming clear, as it raises critical questions about the future of free speech on college campuses and the role institutions play in shaping acceptable discourse. If the court sides with the student group, it could reinforce strong protections for student expression and limit the ability of universities to take disciplinary action in similar cases, potentially leading to more leniency in how controversial content is treated. On the other hand, if the university's actions are upheld, it could empower institutions to enforce stricter rules around speech and behavior, particularly when it involves symbols or gestures that are widely viewed as offensive or harmful. This makes the case a pivotal moment in the ongoing debate over where the line should be drawn between freedom and responsibility. For students, educators, and policymakers. The outcome could have lasting consequences, influencing campus policies, legal standards, and even public perception of what is acceptable in academic environments. As both sides prepare for what could be a lengthy legal process, the stakes continue to rise, with national attention focused on the courtroom, where this battle will ultimately be decided. The case is not just about one student group or one university. It represents a larger struggle over values, rights, and the evolving boundaries of expression in a rapidly changing world. For now, all eyes remain on the next developments as this legal fight unfolds, with many expecting it to become a landmark decision in the debate over free speech in education. For more global breaking news and major updates like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for our next report.